Yo, what's going on? Tap Boy 1000. And you know on my channel, always gonna be honest, real reviews. No bullshitting. So, yesterday I dropped a video unboxing the Flux Max clone and the Flux Max original by FK Irons. Today what I wanted to do is just want to do a quick video because a couple people were asking me to run comparisons. So to make it a little more interesting, because the Flux Max they sent me, the clone, was 4.0. And the one I use, because I do a lot of black, soft black and gray, I got a 3.2. So running lines is not going to be a fair comparison, I don't believe, but we will see. So I brought out the Ambition, which I bought on Amazon, and this is a 4.0. So what we'll do is we'll run them all at the same volts. I got a piece of fake skin here. Just threw these stencils on there. They look a little shitty, but I'm just trying to do this quick before I get into my tattoo session today. And what I'm going to use, let's see if I can get this thing to clear on it. These are made by T-Tech. I do use these a lot. I also use Quadrant, and I will be doing a video on needle comparisons. So I'm going to do Quadrant, T-Tech, a few others. If you guys got a brand you want me to try out, let me know. And again, please bear with me. Making videos is something new to me, but I'm going to keep trying to push out real content. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just do this on my own free time to help y'all see what works, what don't work, how I feel about it. You might have a different opinion. You can comment below on any opinion you have. All right, so today I'm going to use a 3-round liner, a tight, a 9-round liner tight, and a 14-round liner tight, just to compare the bigger needles to the small needles on each machine. So we'll get right into it. Just make sure everything's set up for you guys. Hopefully you can see nice and good. If not, I'll try to zoom in a little more. Again, bear with me. I'll get better as I go. So this is here's the 3-round liner by T-Tech. These are their B series. They got an A, B, and a C. These are the B. They have a membrane system in them now. They're pretty good needles. You know, I do get out the box, I do get a few that I throw out because I think they're shitty. And I don't take chances. Again, here's my 5. Here's my 14. You know, nice. Let me see. Nice little needle grouping on these things. Oh. Again, they got the membrane in them. They do have an older version with no membrane. I'll get more into that in another video about membranes and cartridges without them, the ones with the rubber bands in them. So what we'll do is we'll start right here. Right here. Here's the Flux Max original at 8 volts. So we'll start with the 3-round liner. Again, bear with me. I rushed the stencil on this thing, so hopefully it holds up for a little bit. And for people that want to know how I hang my needle, let's see if I can get a close-up for you. Right there. Hopefully you guys can see that good enough. But let's get to it. So this stuff ain't really super dry yet, but we'll just run it. You know, for the Flux Max for 3.2, I was very, 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 very surprised at how this thing put lines in. I've been using it for a little while now. And again, most people know my pet peeves. One is the ratchet system, trash. Battery dies pretty fast. And the LCD screen is going on it. And I'm using dynamic black ink. So again, I know I showed you guys how far I hang my needle, but for anybody that's learning, that's new to tattooing, when you try to get used to hanging the needle, don't ride the tube. A lot of rookies ride the tube. That's a bad habit to break, but you're kind of guessing where your line's going, in my opinion, because a lot of ink's falling. I know some guys that are good at guessing, but you know, I teach all my guys that I apprentice to hang that needle out. But you're not sticking that whole needle in the skin either. Just a tip, let the needle do its job. And T-Tech is it's out of Canada, and to me, they're great needles. I don't know if anybody else has experience with them that could give me some input, but I really like them. All right, so that was the 3. So that's the 3-round liner with the Flux Max Original. You know, let's see if I can get it up in there. Again, this is a nice tight 3, so lines are nice and delicate. You know, you guys can see right there that the lines, they go right in, even on fake skin. This fake skin was on Amazon. I would have to look it up. I bought it a little while ago, so I don't really remember exactly which one it was. But now I'm gonna run with the 9. Same thing, 8 volts. Show you. Let's get this thing to click on it. There we go. Well, you guys can kind of get an idea of how I hang my needle. I'm gonna try this out. And another thing, if you're just learning, right, don't go and buy an $1,100 machine, no matter what nobody's telling you if you're gonna be practicing on fake skin. There's no point of beating down a nice, good machine, or expensive machine, I should say, to practice on fake skin. Definitely get an ambition, you know, get an Amazon machine, play with it, get to know the machines, you know, and then upgrade later. Save yourself some money right now. All right, so that's with the 9. Again, it's putting lines in, not having no problem with this machine. You know, the lines are going right in. I run a 14 with it. Again, I hang my needle out. The same for every liner I use. Fourteen's punching them in also. All right. So all that's done with the Flux Max. Great machine overall. I don't want to knock FK Irons for everything, but they do got some things they need to work on. I'm just trying to fly through this because I got to do a tattoo appointment. But the lines are going right in with the Flux Max, the original. We'll pull out the clone, turn this guy on, do the same thing, 8 volts. You know, this machine's a little bit heavier, which we're gonna see for line. Again, this is a 4.0, so my understanding it should hit a little harder for lining, but starting with the 3. Oh, I love this ratchet system on this thing. All right, got a nice amount of hang. Let's see if I can show that again. All right. Now this is the clone. Putting the lines in pretty much the same as the original with the 3. I will try the 9 liner, still at 8 volts. Pretty consistent. Oh, punching that 9-round liner in also. Let's pull out the big boy, the 14. This is the 14 now. Woof. Woof. Oh yeah. Loving it. Again, this is the clone. Flux Max clone. Loving it. You know, obviously, I was assuming it would hit better for lines because it's a 4-stroke, and it did. It outdid the Flux Max, which is a 3.2, so hard to compare. But now, let's go to the Ambition. So here's the Ambition. Again, we'll get that on 4. I think they paid like $1.40 for this one on Amazon. And we'll start with the 3 again. This is a 4-stroke, so we get a little more comparison on this. Beautiful. Put that 3 line in there, precise. This goes to show though, people at home that's watching these videos, trying to get knowledge like I was, and couldn't get a lot because people were getting free machines and they're telling us a bunch of bullshit on YouTube. You can grab a cheaper machine and do some phenomenal work with it. They want you to believe you need a $1,500 machine to be a good artist. It's not true. So here I am now, I'm gonna use the 9-round liner. And as you can see, the ink flow is phenomenal with these T-Tex. They hold ink. Beautiful 9-round liner. Nice 1 pass. That was gorgeous. Now let's try a 14 again. These are all at 8 volts. You know, you can go up, go down, whatever's comfortable. I run about 8 volts for all my lining. Now here's the 14. Beautiful, beautiful. So with a $140 machine from Amazon, this guy right here, the Ambition, it's worth the money. Trust me, it's worth the money. And I don't get nothing for telling you that. You do not need to spend $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 on a machine. You know, is the machine great? Yes, but I find a lot of flaws with this Flux Max. So right now, as a lining, these two beat this one, but I want to give it it's hard because this is the 3.2 and these are both 4.0s. So they should be better for lining. Now let's do one more thing before I end this video. This one, I'm just gonna run some lines side by side so we can kind of compare them a little bit clearer. But this one, I'll tell you which one I like the most right now for lining after I do this comparison. So I'll put a little ointment on here. I'm just gonna run some side by sides. I'm using the Ambition right now. So we're doing 3, 9, 14. All right, so that's with the Ambition. Don't worry about my wiggly lines right now. Don't judge. Just trying to fly through this before I'm late for my appointment. Told you guys I put out more content. I'm gonna try my best to get better and better for you. And I'll always be real and honest. So I'm gonna run with the clone. I'm gonna use the 3-line liner right on the side. I'm telling you, I'm digging this clone. Now we'll run the 9. Now I'll run the 14 again. Like I said, I'm just gonna do side by side so we can compare them. All right, so that's the clone. Now again, let's not judge the original Flux Max because it's a 3.2 and I do a lot of soft black and gray with it. And this is the 3-round liner. Running everything still at 8 volts, running everything at the same exact hand speed, not changing my hand speed, not changing my needle depth. Go back to the 9. All right. We'll try to clean this up a little bit so we can get a side-by-side comparison. And I'll let you know which one I felt was the best one. So, I think you guys can see most of that. Those are all. So this was, the first one was the Ambition, Clone, Original. They're all very close, very similar. But what I noticed when I was striking it, the Clone was hitting a little bit better. But if you look at this 14 right here, that's with the original, and that's a 3.2. I think punched it in there too. So for lining, I personally would go with the Ambition or the Clone just because of the 4-stroke. A little less work I would have to put in. But overall, I think they're all good for lining. Now, I'll do one more little thing before we go. And please, man, hit that subscribe, hit the notifications so I can put out more content. Like I said, I don't make nothing to do this. I just want to help people out and put knowledge out there. Whatever I learn, I'll try to give back to y'all. So I'm gonna just fill this in. I wanna see how the original works for packing with the 9-round liner. Beast. That's another thing, man. I pack pretty good with a 3.2. You'd be surprised. FK irons. It does work for that. Now we got the clone. We'll do some more packing. Nice. No choppy. Nothing hurting. Would be hurting the skin because I don't see no trauma even in the fake skin. And, you know, if we flip this thing over, there's nothing going through. So you know I'm not going too deep. I'm running the depth that I would in real skin. Now I'll do one little pack with the Ambition, just so you guys get a feel of that. And if you notice, this is all real time. I'm packing fast. But again, I'm not putting all that needle in the skin for people that's watching. Oh, there we go. Now, if you guys wanted to do some fast stipple shading, you know, you can try that with these machines too. But for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to do a quick one and get it out there because a couple people have been messaging me to do a comparison. So out of all the packing, I think the clone packed the best, to be virtually honest with everybody. But those are those, that's it. Bang. So we had the Ambition 4.0, Flux Max Clone 4.0, Flux Max Original 3.2. Did an outline comparison with T-Tech needles. Again, I'm not sponsored by nobody, so please show some support, subscribe, comment, turn that notification on. I'm gonna drop videos every single week, and I'm always looking for content, so comment below things that I can work on, things that I can get, things that you think I could do different in here. You know, I'm learning as I go, so this is all new to me. Have a beautiful day. Tapboy 1000. Peace.